Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome into Studio K here at MLB Network's Lauren Gardner here with you with some breaking news. Just over 24 hours left before tomorrow's 6 p.m. trade deadline. And we have a three-team deal reported, not finalized quite yet, between the Dodgers, Cardinals, and White Sox, as the Dodgers will be acquiring Michael Kopech and infielder Tommy Edman from the White Sox and Cardinals, respectively, while the Cardinals will receive right-handed starter Erick Fedde, along with outfielder Tommy Pham. White Sox will acquire Miguel Vargas and two prospects. For more on this trade, let's bring in our own JP Morosi from Philadelphia to cover our showcase game. So, JP, very busy day for you. What do you make of this three-team deal?
Well, Lauren, good afternoon. First, credit to Jeff Passan of ESPN for being first to report on this. It's a fascinating trade in so many ways, and the fact that we've got a three-team blockbuster the day before the deadline means we could see even more movement before 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. I think the key thing, the main question I've got is with the Dodgers and Tommy Edman. What exactly will his role be? Now, he has yet to play a major league game this season while coming back from injury. He did have a number of games at the AA level as part of his injury rehab assignment. All of those games to this point in time, LG, have been as a DH. So we're not sure exactly where his defensive level of comfort is. He has been in the past a center fielder, a second baseman, a shortstop, all of which could have value for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Of course, they're still without Mookie Betts. Gavin Lux has, within the last month, become one of their more productive hitters. So you could potentially see Edman playing some shortstop. And if that's the case, do you then get a look at Mookie Betts back in the outfield? Regardless, LG, I would expect that Edman, once he is fully ready to go, will be in the lineup in almost every case for the Dodgers against all left-handed pitching. He's typically been better from the right side as a switch hitter, so I think he's in the lineup every day against lefties and probably sometimes against righties. And overall, LG, it's a great story. His mother, Maureen, grew up in the LA area as a fan of the Dodgers, going to Dodger Stadium, listening to Vin Scully. So it's a great homecoming story for the Edman family.
Oh, I love when it goes full circle like that, especially with all the MVPs in that lineup. Dave Roberts will have a great weapon to yield, especially down the stretch. As we turn our attention to what the Cardinals acquired, they signed three starting pitchers in the offseason. All a little bit on the older end. Now 31-year-old Erick Fedde coming into this rotation. What does this add for the Cards, who are just a game back of a wild card spot?
Yes, LG, I love this deal from the St. Louis Cardinals perspective because Fedde addresses a lot of what they have needed. He is someone who is under control for next year as well. So given the approach they took last offseason of trying to build up as much starting pitching depth as possible, this was a nice pickup for someone in Erick Fedde who's done a phenomenal job transitioning back to the major leagues after starring in Asia. And now you've got Tommy Pham as well, coming back to where it all began for him. Tommy Pham is someone who, you think about the Diamondbacks last year, I know Torey Lovullo, a lot of members of that Diamondbacks organization would tell you they would not have made the World Series without Tommy Pham. And I think in general, the Cardinals have been looking for an impact right-handed bat. They're very left-handed dominant in a number of positions. So I think Pham coming back to the Cardinals, his original organization, a tremendous fit in St. Louis.
Tommy Pham, he's worn a lot of uniforms. The fourth time he's been traded, the third time at the deadline, so I'm sure he had his bags packed, and he was ready to go. For the White Sox, JP, do you see any other moves on the horizon? And obviously a lot of rumors swirling around Garrett Crochet and, of course, Luis Robert Jr.
Yes, I think in both cases it's interesting, LG. I had heard that the Cardinals had perhaps been speaking with the White Sox about Robert Jr., and maybe that was part of these conversations where they pivoted and brought in Tommy Pham. I still think there are some instances in which Luis Robert Jr. could be moved. I know he was linked earlier on in this trading season to the Seattle Mariners. They, of course, acquired Randy Arozarena instead. The Phillies here, they got Austin Hayes. So I still see some possibilities for Luis Robert Jr., but I'm not as convinced now than I was, let's say, a week ago that he was going to be going somewhere at the deadline. With respect to Crochet, it becomes really a fascinating decision, of course, because of the innings limitation. John Heyman's reporting last week about Crochet not being fully comfortable pitching in the postseason unless he gets a contract extension as part of that. Remember, with Garrett Crochet, he had not started a game in the major leagues before this season. So I think a lot of the conversation surrounding his innings limit is very well placed. He's never done this before, and I think that knowing at least where the calculus is certainly something that I think helps at least some teams have a degree of certainty about what they would be getting from Crochet one way or the other. I also want to mention Miguel Vargas, a really good fit for the White Sox. I think in cases like this, you think about how well the Dodgers and White Sox make trades. They are, of course, spring training complex partners in Glendale, Arizona, LG. So for so many reasons, they've got an ability to scout each other's prospects very, very well.